How is it going, everyone? Today with my WWE Fastlane 2019 PPV Predictions. Of course, Fastlane is the final stop on the road to WrestleMania, and of course takes place live on the WWE Network as well as PPV tomorrow night. Overall, I gotta say, going to Fastlane, I'm not really too excited for. I know there's two big matches in it, considering one of them has WrestleMania implications to it, and of course the other one is the big reuniting of the Shield. You know, it's hard to be excited for those matches, honestly, because one of them, the feud, I have not been digging it at all, and the other one, you know, given the fact that they're reuniting for the supposed last time ever, their opponents aren't all that exciting, so it's hard to be excited over their match when the people they're facing aren't all that intriguing or exciting to watch anyway. So I don't know, it's kind of like you know, you get these two things, but there's nothing really too exciting about them happening. So I don't know about you guys, but this entire WrestleMania season so far, I haven't really been digging it. I haven't been really enjoying it. I feel like, you know, the twists and turns in these storylines have just been a lot of just clusterfuck things happening, and I don't know, they just seem to disengage my interest every week going to WrestleMania. So I don't know what's really going on. I just don't know if everyone's freaking out and just changing things on the fly or what, but WrestleMania 35 season, I haven't been excited for it, so hopefully, you know, after Fastlane, they can garner my interest, because as of right now, I'm just not really too excited for WrestleMania. But this video is about Fastlane. Of course, Fastlane takes place on the WWE Network as well as tomorrow night, like I said. 9 matches scheduled for the show, of course, 2 of them taking place on the kickoff show 1 hour prior to the pay-per-view, being Shinsuke Nakamura and Rusev taking on Big E and Xavier Woods, as well as Rey Mysterio taking on Andrade. Very surprising that match in the kickoff show. Definitely would have thought it'd been the main show, but you know what? Those two are going to go out there and tear the house down on the kickoff show, so really excited for that one. But yeah, on the main show, we do have 7 matches scheduled. Of course, the SmackDown Tag Team Championships being defended. The Usos taking on the Miz and Shane McMahon in an Elimination Chamber match rematch, or Elimination Chamber pay-per-view rematch, I should say. Their match there is really good, so hopefully they can have a better match here. Speaking of tag team titles, the Raw Tag Team Championships will be defended in a triple threat match. The Revival taking on Aleister, Black, and Ricochet, as well as Bobby Roode and Chad Gable. Given time, that match can be absolutely awesome, so that's one to look out for. Of course, as well as for the first time ever, the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships will be defended. Sasha Banks and Bayley defending against Nia Jax and Tamina. Nothing too excited about that match, but you know, it's happening. Speaking of women, the SmackDown Women's Championship will be defended. Asuka will be defending against Mandy Rose. Also, I think this match, given time, could be a pretty good match, to be perfectly honest, so we'll see how that plays out. Originally, it was supposed to be having the new Bryan defending his WWE Championship against Kofi Kingston, but of course, Vince McMahon came out and announced they'd be replaced by Kevin Owens, so that is the championship match. We're getting Bryan, Kevin Owens, WWE Championship. Very excited for that match. That's probably the only match I'm looking forward to on the show, to be perfectly honest. I think they'll go out there and have a great wrestling match. Supposedly that was the plan for WrestleMania, was Bryan versus Kevin Owens, but I guess they switched with Kofi going challenging for WrestleMania instead. Who knows, because you know, that's the only logical reason they'd pull him from this match would be for him to go to WrestleMania instead. But Bryan, Kevin Owens, I do believe they'll have an awesome WWE Championship match, so I'm really looking forward to see them tear the house down. Becky Lynch taking on Charlotte Flair once again, of course, with the WrestleMania implications that if she defeats Charlotte Flair, she'll be added into the Raw Women's Championship match at WrestleMania 35, including into Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte Flair, making it a triple threat. You know, they've had great matches. Their matches in the fall were spectacular. I think this match will be very storytelling driven, you know, with obviously Becky selling her leg. So, you know, I'm not really too excited for the wrestling match, but I am excited to see what kind of story they'll tell with the leg. So, you know, Becky and Charlotte never disappoint, so it should be a good match. Then, of course, we're getting like I said, the one last time reuniting of the Shield. Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins will be taking on Baron Corbin, Drew McIntyre, and Bobby Lashley. Not really too excited for that 6-man tag. Don't really care to see it. But, you know, like, it's a way to get the Shield back for one last time. So that match will be happening, and that is the run-out for the Fastlane match card. Without wasting any more time, I'm just going to jump right to my predictions. Kick off the New Day versus Rusev and Shinsuke Nakamura. I'm going to go ahead and say Rusev and Shinsuke Nakamura get the win here. I think they desperately need it. And New Day, you know, what benefit do they get off of winning this match? Absolutely none. And New Day is the type of team where they can lose and it won't hurt them. And Rusev Nakamura definitely can use the win, you know, especially since they've been on kind of a losing streak as of lately. So hopefully it's a fun little match here. Not sure what to expect, but like I said, I do think the rightful picks here are that Rusev and Shinsuke Nakamura to get the win. Kickoff, Rey Mysterio versus Andrade. I'm going to go ahead and say Andrade gets the win here. You know, I can see a mask versus hair match at WrestleMania, and if they do that, I think it's obviously Rey Mysterio get the win there. So what sense would it be for Rey get the win here if he's going to win again at WrestleMania if they have another match? But these two should go out there and tear the house down as usual. You know, they've had great matches on SmackDown Live, so I don't see why wouldn't they have a great match here. So it's a shame it's on the kickoff, but what can you do? But yeah, like I said, I do think Andrade is the right pick to win this matchup here. Triple threat match for the Raw Tag Team Championship. Raw Tag Team Champions, The Revival versus Ricochet and Aleister Black versus Chad Gable and Bobby Roode. I'm going to go ahead and say the Revival escape here, still the Raw Tag Team Champions. You know, they've been losing all their matches since becoming Tag Team Champions, but I think they'll definitely find a way to sneak out the win here to retain the championships. This should be great, you know, given time. I think these teams will go out there and have an excellent match and can be one of the best matches on the card. But like I said, I do expect the Revival to walk out of this match still the Raw Tag Team Champions. SmackDown Women's Championship Match. SmackDown Women's Champion Asuka versus Mandy Rose. I think this is an easy victory for Asuka here. As much as I'd like to see Mandy win the championship, because I do think she would be a great future women's champion, I just don't see it happening here, unfortunately, against Asuka. Hopefully they have a good little match. I think they can put off a good match, but yeah, when it comes down to it, I do expect Asuka to retain the SmackDown Women's Championship against Mandy Rose. WWE Women's Tag Team Championship Match. WWE Women's Tag Team Champions The Boss and Hug Connection versus Nia Jax and Tamina. I think this is a very easy, successful title defense for Sasha Banks and Bayley. I do not see them losing the championship, especially in their first title defense here, especially Nia Jax and Tamina. Don't see it happening. Hopefully it's an alright match. I don't think it'll be anything that good, but like I said, my pick are still the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, Sasha Banks and Bayley. SmackDown Tag Team Championship Match. SmackDown Tag Team Champions The Usos versus Shane McMahon and The Miz. I do think the Usos will retain the SmackDown Tag Team Championships here, and then the split of The Miz and Shane McMahon will finally happen. Whether it costs them the match, one of them will turn on each other before the match ends or after the match, I do think this is the end of Shane McMahon and The Miz. This should be a good match. The match in the Elimination Chamber was pretty good, so I'm expecting another good one here. But yeah, I do expect the Usos to walk out still SmackDown Tag Team Champions in The Miz and Shane McMahon to finally implode. WWE Championship Match. WWE Champion The New Daniel Bryan versus Kevin Owens. I'm going to go ahead and say the New Daniel Bryan walks out still the WWE Champion. I think him going to WrestleMania just makes perfect sense. Him and Kevin Owens should have a great match, even though it's kind of thrown together at last minute and kind of just, randomly happening. I do think they'll have a great match. And I do, wouldn't surprise me if Kofi Kingston did get involved in some capacity in this match, whether it's the aftermath or during the match. I do think him getting involved is a pretty big possibility. But Daniel Bryan and Kevin Owens should have one hell of a wrestling match. Should be match tonight, to be perfectly honest. And this is the only match I'm really looking forward to. But with that being said, like I said, I do think Daniel Bryan will walk out still the WWE Champion. Charlotte Flair versus 2019 Women's Royal Rumble winner Becky Lynch, and if Becky Lynch wins, she gets added into the Raw Women's Championship match at WrestleMania 35. With that being said, I do think Becky Lynch will get the win here, whether it's by DQ, disqualification. I can see this match even ending in a no contest, to be perfectly honest. But one way or another, I do think Becky Lynch will get the win to be entered into the Raw Women's Championship match at WrestleMania to make it a triple threat. It just makes perfect sense. It should be a good match here. They've had great chemistry and they've had a hell of a feud last fall. But yeah, like I said, I do think this match is for Becky Lynch to take and to be inserted into the Raw Women's Championship match at WrestleMania 35. And then the main event, 6-man tag team match, The Shield versus Drew McIntyre, Baron Corbin, and Bobby Lashley. I think it's a very predictable match, and that being that The Shield gets the win here. This is Roman Reigns' return match too, so there's no way in hell The Shield's going to lose. I don't see Dean Ambrose turning on both of them to cost them the match. I think that's just stupid to have McIntyre, Corbin, Lashley get the win here. But yeah, The Shield definitely my pick. Hopefully it's an alright match, but I'm not really too sure what to expect about it, but yeah, it should be a decent little 6-man match. Shield match is usually fun, but I'm not sure what to expect. But yeah, like I said, my pick is that the Shield will get the victory in this 6-man tag team match. Well, ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys enjoyed my WWE Fastlane 2019 PPV Predictions. Like I said, Fastlane is the final stop on the road to WrestleMania, and of course takes place live on the WWE Network as well as PPV tomorrow night. Not very excited for it, but I do think it'll be a good show. I don't think it'll be bad by any means, but I'm just not excited for it. There's really nothing to look forward to. So it's definitely just whatever pay-per-view. But if you guys enjoyed the video, please feel free to leave a like below. And of course, on my review tomorrow night, I'll see you guys, and thank you guys for watching the video.